All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, getting back into NBA Weekly, which I didn't get to record last week because I've been super busy with all kinds of stuff regarding YouTube and trying to get shorts out and trying to create a TikTok for the shorts now. It's a whole lot of grinding in this stuff, but back with NBA Weekly, I will not be posting NFL Weekly because tomorrow's Thanksgiving and there's 3 games during Thanksgiving. There's a game on Black Friday, so there's not enough time for people to digest the information before the games come out. So I thought I'll just wait till next week for NFL Weekly. If you're not familiar with how things go, let me explain it real quick. First half of the video, we just talk about the standings of the Eastern and the Western Conference, talk about some news, and then in the second half, we dive deep specifically into 2 teams with 3 bullet points, and those bullet points really help signify the state of the team and the question that needs to be asked for them to complete their season goal, whether that's contending for a championship, whether that's flat out just winning a championship, whether that's making the playoffs, or whether that's just developing young players. So we're going to get into that. All right, so first off, we got the Timberwolves at 10-3. They've been phenomenal at home at 6-0. Away they're 4-3, but of their last 10, they're 9-1. I mean, granted, they've got 13 games in, but they're really on a hot streak right now. Nuggets at 10-4. Thunder at 10-4. Surprisingly, the Thunder at 10-4, sitting at the tied for the 2nd seed right now, I should say, winning 5 in a row. And the 5 teams they have beaten, well, one is a good win against the Warriors and another good win against the Warriors. Shea, by the way, putting some work on Steph and posting about it on IG was kind of funny. Beating the Blazers, of course, beating the Spurs, and beating the Suns. At 4th and 5th seed, we got the Mavericks and the Kings. Mavericks losing a bit more lately, 5-5 in their last 10. Kings look phenomenal with De'Aaron Fox on the floor. They absolutely need him. Him and Sabonis have been putting in a lot of work. As a Laker fan, I'm happy to say the Lakers have won 3 in a row. LeBron is the best player on the Lakers, without question, and what he's doing is phenomenal. Suns at 8-6, winning 4 in a row. KD has been on an absolute heater. The Rockets clearly are a streaky team, starting off 0-3, winning 6 in a row, and then losing 3 in a row. Clearly a very streaky team. And Warriors, you know, even with their hot start, they've been struggling. In their last 10, they're 3-7. The Spurs and the Trailblazers, easily some of the worst basketball I've seen in a long time. Along with the Pistons, of course. But, I mean, just watching the Spurs, like, because I'm tuning in for Wimby, you know, just to get some analysis going. But oh my God, the mistakes and the errors and the lack of fundamentals sometimes. I'm just like, bro, it is a head scratcher to watch this Spurs team, seriously. I mean, it really is. And let's not even get into the Trailblazers either, because it's just a lot of the same. Grizzlies at 13, though 3-10. They're only half a game away from being Spurs and Trailblazers records. Grizzlies have not been playing beautiful basketball either, but you know, at least they have a great excuse and some absences of players. Celtics on the Eastern side, sitting atop of the throne at 11-3. They look good in every facet of the game right now. 3-ball, slashing, defense. They just flat out look like an elite team. Bucks at 10-4. Giannis has been on an absolute tear in this 5-game win streak. My goodness. Actually, if we just go to his game log, I'm kind of just wanting to do that now just so you guys can see firsthand how crazy this guy has been the past 5 games. 42 points against the Wizards with 13 rebounds, 40 points and 15 rebounds. Honestly, on top of the assists and blocks and steals here, but 15 rebounds, 7 assists against the Mavericks, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists in 28 minutes in a blowout win against the Hornets, 35 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists against a win against the Bulls. I gotta say, Giannis has been absolutely efficient, getting to the rim, finishing very strongly. You know, just the Giannis we've grown accustomed to, but it's just astonishing to see, especially when he's this dominant, because there is a stretch, you know, throughout the season where he'll do this, and it's coming out now, and he'll probably do it again later in the season, but he's been madly efficient. 76ers at 10-4. Solid outings from them. Heat 9-5. Magic winning 4 in a row. They're getting good production out of Paulo and Franz Wagner leading the way. And then Cole Anthony has done his job. Jalen Suggs has done his job. Moritz Wagner out of the bench has had some solid games. Magic definitely have a solid group going. And it's interesting to see how they hold up late in games because they haven't been holding leads the way they want to, especially against the Bulls in particular. Cavaliers, no surprise that they're winning games now once they're healthy, winning 4 in a row. Darius Garland without Donovan Mitchell last night, which was Tuesday for you guys. Darius Garland, absolute masterclass, doing all that he can to get the Cavs to win. And I will say, 32 points for a guy who's a pass-first player is really good. Let's look at LaMelo Ball's game log before we dive into anything else. LaMelo Ball's last 5 games. This is insane. 36 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. 34 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and a steal. 37 points. Mind you, this is against Boston, New York, and Milwaukee. These are against good teams, specifically more so Boston, Milwaukee. I mean, Knicks are a good team, but elite teams in Boston and Milwaukee, and this dude's tearing it up. Miami, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals. Not an efficient outing, but every other outing here has clearly been efficient. 55%, 54%, 43%. This is 35.6, but this one right here is 65%, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Like, LaMelo has been on another planet, man. I can't even... It's his playmaking, his shooting, the difficulty of shots he's shooting. LaMelo is a different breed right now, dude. If you give this dude a competent team, who knows? Who knows what he could do, man? Who knows? He is insane. Wizards at 2-11. Pistons losing 12 in a freaking row. It's nasty. I mean, I said it earlier in the video, but watching the Spurs, the Blazers, and the Pistons play basketball is just... It's really ugly. I mean, Wizards too. Wizards definitely belong in that list. But god damn, bro. 12 in a row? 12 in a freaking row? All right, welcome to the second half of the video. This is my favorite part of the video. It is where we deep dive into some teams in particular here. Going into the first team's drum roll, please. We got the Denver Nuggets. Now, the Denver Nuggets are a team that have been good for a very long time, obviously coming off of a championship here. But let's get into the first bullet point here. If you guys aren't familiar with how we do things, we go 3 bullet points with NBA teams. But anyway, first bullet point, we got Jokic is number 1. Number 1 in terms of being the best player in the world right now. Dude is scoring, dude is rebounding, dude is passing the ball and facilitating for his team. It is no surprise to say Jokic is the best player in the world right now. Definitely the early MVP favorite. I mean, even with Jamal Murray out, he still has this Nuggets team competing night in and night out. So let's get into some of the stats for Jokic here. And the stats always do him justice because he's always going crazy. So Jokic is averaging 27 points per game, 13 rebounds per game, 8.7 assists per game, and his minutes per game is 32.9. So the dude is logging in some minutes. I will say his 3-point shot percentage has gone down a bit this year at 29.7%. But Jokic, as always, has been efficient when it comes to inside the rim. Even with his 3-point shot going down at 29, his field goal percentage is still 57%, which is absolutely no surprise. The dude is mad efficient once he can get inside, and his free throw percentage is at 79. A lot numbers thrown at you, but ultimately, what does it mean? It means that Jokic, when he wants to score, he's going to get inside. But the best part about it is that once he's inside, he can get double teamed, or he will have his back turned against the hoop and always have his eyes looking around for players, specifically Michael Porter Jr., because the dude's a sniper. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, dude's a sniper, but always looking around. And even Aaron Gordon, whenever he makes cuts to the baskets, Jokic is always looking, and it's great basketball to watch. Jokic has been elite for a long time now, but I think for the past year, maybe year and a half, you could say Jokic has just been flat out the best player in the world. I think with his efficiency and the way he carries this team, his leadership. It's funny though, because if you look at the team's pace, meaning how fast do they play, they're like, let me pull this up right here. I already have it on deck. They are 26 in the league. A lot of that too is because when they set up these plays and they get Jokic the ball, Jokic does take some time off the clock. He moves at a slower pace for sure, but even then, they get the job done because their actual field goal percentage is third in the league at 49.9. And you can attribute that a lot to Jokic. Second bullet point here, which is a negative, they have the worst free throw percentage in the freaking league. That is not an over-exaggeration. Their free throw percentage is at 71.4%. Why does that suck? Why does that hurt a team? Because those are freebies. I mean, you look at a team that's 10-4, and if we go to their game log, it's not going to do them justice on these close games that they're just flat out missing 3 out of every 10 free throws. Those are free points. You got to take them. Now you also take into the fact that, okay, what does a top free throw team look like, right? So if you go to the Sixers, who are second, they're shooting 86%. Let me get that numbers facts checked real quick. The Sixers are shooting 86%, and they're second in the league. I don't even know who one is. I was only really focused on the Nuggets, and I also wanted to give you guys an idea of an efficient free throw shooting team and what does that look like. But that is a big deal. And if you go to free throw attempts, right, for the Nuggets, they are 28th. So they're just flat out not getting a lot of attempts, and when they do, 30% of the time they're just missing, which is really unfortunate. Man, you know, Jamal Murray would greatly help that free throw percentage for sure. Guys like Christian Brown, when they're getting to the rim, you know, Reggie Jackson. I'm actually just looking at the numbers here. More particular, Aaron Gordon, 54% from the free throw line. Even Jokic, 79. Michael Porter, 70. Reggie Jackson, 61. You know, some of these guys can be on a small sample size, but that is not pretty at all. That is disgusting for a free throw percentage. Aaron Gordon in particular, though, because you know he's going to be able to get to the rim. 55% is atrocious. But anyway, moving to the third bullet point. Are they the favorites heading into the playoffs later this year? And I know that's way down the road, but that is the question that people have when they talk about the Nuggets is, are they still the best team in the world? Are they still the favorites? Are they still going to be able to take it all the way? I think it solely relies on health. Of course, you need Jamal Murray to be healthy. You need Michael Porter Jr. to be healthy. Jokic, you know, he's shown the ability to be an Iron Man, so I'm not really too concerned about his health, you know, knock on wood for Nuggets fans. But they did lose Bruce Brown. They did lose Uncle Jeff. Personally, I think it's going to be very difficult when you have the Suns adding Bradley Beal to their D-book and KD equation. While they are 8-6 right now, they haven't played fully healthy. So I think that is a tough team. The Lakers have flat out gotten better. I mean, they started last year 2-10. Right now they're 9-6. 9-day difference. The Lakers are a better team. The Mavericks are a better team. The Kings have more experience under the belt, and I think that if they add any other star, they could be a serious problem. The Timberwolves right now, the Thunder right now, those are all teams who have gotten significantly better. The West is packed. Now, the Nuggets, you could easily argue they're better than all of those teams, right? But all it takes is one wild card to throw a wrench in your plans and you're done, right? In a best of 7 series, I'm not saying any of those teams can beat the Nuggets, but the Timberwolves, you best believe they're hungry from last year. And that's not even including the Eastern side of things, right? Who you have to meet in the finals. The Bucks are a better team this year, and the Celtics are probably the team this year. In my opinion, they're my favorites because what aren't they good at, dude? They have scoring options on scoring options. They have defenders on defenders. Like, what aren't they good at? Seriously, the Celtics are, to me, the most complete team without question. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. But personally, I think the Nuggets, I don't think they get a repeat this year. I don't think there's any way with the teams in contention. Okay, going to the second team here. Drum roll, please. Boom, we got the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Sacramento Kings are a very interesting team to watch because, bullet point 1 number here, they have a super high power offense. If I were to show y'all the stats on these, which I will, by the way, but until I pull them up, let me talk about some of their best players. De'Aaron Fox. Dude has been fast as hell for a long time. Extremely great finisher. Good mid-range. And he's been pulling up a lot from 3, trying to nail every facet of that game down. De'Aaron Fox has been legit. Sabonis. 20 points per game. 12.7 rebounds per game. 7.2 assists per game. He's been facilitating. He's been scoring. and with a lot more finesse this year, by the way. I love Sabonis's finesse this year. But anyway, high-powered offense. They are 10 in points per game. In terms of 3-point field goals, in terms of how much field goals they attempt from 3 per game, they are 5th in the league. So they do shoot a lot. Granted, they are 24th in percentage of that, so they are very streaky. And once I tell you all about the players, you're going to understand why. But in terms of assists, they are 5th in the league at 28 per game. A lot of that comes from Fox. A lot of that comes from Sabonis being able to facilitate. But a lot of that comes from the selflessness of this team. When it's making that extra pass for the 3 or for the lane, they always follow through. In steals, they are 10th. That helps them with the fast break. Malik Monk, great in the fast break. De'Aaron Fox, great in the fast break. Sabonis, he's able to dribble down the court, facilitate in the fast break. This team has a very high-powered offense, and their points per game show that. That's going to lead me to the second bullet point, though. The Kings are extremely streaky, and their free throw percentage has been bad. They are 28th in the league at 72.5%, and what I mean by streaky, you can see it in their 3-point field goal percentage at 24th. So if I pull up the players, you're going to see a lot of snipers that I'm going to list, and you're going to be like, that guy can shoot, that guy can shoot, that guy can shoot. So you got Keegan Murray, who unfortunately, even though he is a legitimate shooter, has been struggling this year, been very streaky from 3. Harrison Barnes, who's been known to shoot 35% this year, streaky. Kevin Huerter, as much of a sniper as he is, even against the Lakers, he was going crazy. He's shooting 36% this year. And that's for a guy like him, again, who we've known to absolutely just get on fire. Malik Monk, I don't even need to elaborate on Malik Monk. If you follow him throughout his career, you know that he's streaky. He has games where he can drop 30. He has games where he can drop 7. Like, that's Malik Monk in a nutshell for you. When he goes off, he goes crazy. But there are games where he's just really quiet. De'Aaron Fox, 37%. Davion Mitchell, 30%. Chris Duarte, 35%. I mean, these are guys who can all really shoot the ball, right? But consistently, no, that's where the trouble comes in, and that's where the problem comes in for this Kings team, is that they can all shoot the ball. Even Sabonis, right? He can shoot from 3. Now, it doesn't happen often, of course, but even if I pull up his 3-point percentage, which I will right now, he's shooting 37% from 3. Now, if you go to his game log, he's not shooting a lot of 3s, right? There are games where he doesn't have any attempts, but he can shoot it if he's wide open, is my point. So this team, all capable shooters, all of them can easily get hot, get rolling, get going, and that's what makes them so dangerous. But on the flip side, they can get really cold, and they can just flat out come out flat against teams that they should beat. For example, they just got blown out recently against, what team was it? They got blown out against the Pelicans, 129-93. Everyone was healthy except Trey Lyles and Keon Ellis, but just came out cold. De'Aaron Fox, 5 for 18, 2 for 12 from 3. Kevin Huerter, 2 for 8. Harrison Barnes and Monk were, 2 for 6, 3 for 6, but just a cold game. Got blown out. And that's what happens with teams like this that are so reliant on that 3 ball, but also have guys who really get hot and get cold like that. De'Aaron Fox is obviously your more consistent player along with Sabonis, but on nights when they don't have it, it's looking iffy. So third bullet point here about the Kings is what really changed from last year. So last year they ended up being like the 3rd seed, but they lost to the, I believe, 6th seed Warriors. And, well, I believe the Warriors were 6th seed and they were 3rd seed, because I know they lost to the Warriors. But my point is, what really changed? If they were to go into the playoffs this year at 3 seed again and play the Warriors again, the Warriors are a different team, but are the Kings really a different team? You could argue that they're more experienced. De'Aaron Fox is more prepared. Sabonis is healthy, because I believe he was battling an injury of some sort during the Warriors series. And maybe this time around, because if you watch the Kings right now, in his finesse, in his game, he's looking a lot more silky smooth, which is odd to say about Sabonis. I'm not saying that's his game, period, but I'm saying he's looking more like that than last year. Okay, De'Aaron Fox, though, leading the league in points per game if he qualified with enough games, but that's not enough, in my opinion, to change the narrative that this team can make it out the first round against a team like the Warriors. I think they need one more piece. I don't think enough's changed from last year. Who do they really add that's going to change the game, that's going to make them a team from here to here? I think if they had the right playoff schedule, they can beat some teams, sure. But again, it's iffy. It really is. They could get someone like Zach LaVine. That might make them a lot more deadly. But championship aspirations, championship goals, I just don't see it. I don't see it with the Kings. Like, De'Aaron Fox is a great player. Sabonis is a solid, really good player, all-star type of player. I just don't know if that's enough. You know, what changed from last year, truly? Sabonis and Fox might have gone a little better, but they need to get a lot better. They only finished at the first round. They need to get a lot better. The difference between a team like the Nuggets and the Kings last year was vast, like a vast difference, a huge difference, a colossal difference. Again, the Lakers beat the Warriors, was it 4-1 or well, I don't even remember. Was it 4-1 or 4-2? Something like that. And that's because the Warriors beat Kings in 7 and the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets. So that's how much better the Nuggets were than the Kings last year. So I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, you could also say De'Aaron Fox, you know, I think he broke his hand or something. He broke something. So maybe you could argue Fox, you know, wasn't healthy along with Sabonis. Sure, maybe you could argue that. But I don't know, dude. That's... to say a lot's changed from last year, that's a tall order. So maybe they'll have to add someone else or something. But I think if they win in today against a team like the Nuggets, it's not looking pretty. But anyway, that is NBA Weekly for this week. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about my opinions and what you think about my analysis and what you think about your own analysis. Let me know what you see, because it's not just about me, it's about what you guys see. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. This is We've Been Different. We've been different. And we out.